1895, Chief Mkwawa Nyigumba Mwamiyinga, commonly known as Chief Mkwawa or Sultan Mkwawa, was a Hehe tribal leader in German East Africa, in Kalenga, Iringa region, who opposed German colonization. In July 1891, German Commissioner Emil von Zelewski led a battalion of soldiers to suppress the Hehe. On the 17th of August, they were attacked by Mkwawa's 3,000-strong army at Lugalo, who, despite only being equipped with spears and a few guns, quickly overpowered the German force and killed Zelewski. On the 28th of October 1894, the Germans under their new commissioner, Colonel Freiherr Friedrich von Schell, attacked Mkwawa's fortress at Kalenga. Although they took the fort, Mkwawa managed to escape. Subsequently, Mkwawa conducted a campaign of guerrilla warfare, harassing the Germans until 1898. On 19th July, when Mkwawa shot himself at the site Mlambalasi Rock after being surrounded by Germans to avoid capture, and this was believed to have been his hideout. His body was buried a few meters away from the rock shelter. Chief Mkwawa's head was defleshed by the German soldiers, while his skull was severed to claim a bounty and then displayed as a family trophy in the home of a British-born colonial administrator. His skull was later shipped to Germany and probably ended up in a museum in Bremen. In 1918, the administrator of German East Africa, Horace Pitt, proposed to the British government that it should demand a return of the skull to Tanganyika as a price for the Wahehe collaboration with the British during war, and assuredly symbolized the definitive end of German power. Chief Mkwawa was orientalized as a Muslim ruler, and his skull was ornamentalized as stated in the 1919 Versailles Treaty, what a German-born British statesman playfully called a chronological curiosity. Germany was stipulated to repatriate the skull and hand it over to the British government in less than 6 months. The British continued to oppress the Germans to return the skull in the early 1920s and 1930s, but were repeatedly being told that it was lost. In 1954, the Bremen Museum director contacted the British to inform them how the skulls taken from East Africa had been located as the museum's holding, recatalogued following their storage in salt mines during the Second World War. Sir Edward Twining, governor of Tanganyika by then, flew to Bremen personally and, using the head measurements of Mkwawa's descendants, identified Mkwawa's skull as the only one with a bullet and sent it to the colony. The skull was handed over to Mkwawa's grandson during a recruitment ceremony to enlist colonial soldiers to fight in the Mau Mau emergency across the border. In brief, Chief Mkwawa lived from 1855 to the 19th of July 1898 and committed suicide after a 7-year intense revolt against German colonial rule. What a hero to be remembered. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.